Yeah, I know. I don't know. Howie, have you had breakfast yet?
He says no.
I don't think he's. I haven't eaten either.
Oh, you haven't?
No, no. It's
That's
early.
right. You got up. I mean, yeah.
It's Hey everybody. It's 10:42 a.m. September 9th, 2018. And this is Sunday Morning Live with Rob Johnson.
What's happening, everyone? Everyone doing well?
There he is.
Good deal. Good deal.
And oh, there's some crazy echo going on though, man.
Is there?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
hold on.
kind of cool.
Oh,
It'd be cool if it wasn't on here.
It wasn't so cool. It wasn't so cool the other night though. With
If it wasn't on here, or if it was like on a guitar, it would be cool. On a voice.
hang on one second.
It's kind of strange. Here, let me get a chat room open. We got 10 people in here.
Yeah, we got R2, R3, Fender Guru.
Let me see. Where do I go here? Anyway.
Here we go. Now it'll be better.
Testing. Check.
That better?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's good. Good.
Nice.
That's good. Okay, let's
What's up, guys?
Live. Here it is. Okay, here's the video. Yeah, I know. The chat, somebody's saying it's like 1:30 here. Yeah, I know. It's because of the time difference.
Yeah.
It's morning here, and Rob sent me a text. You know what time it was here when you sent me that message?
Hold on. I can tell you. 2 seconds. I can tell you. It looks like that would have been
4:35.
When I said feel like doing a short hangout, that was 11:19 my time, so that would be 8:19 your time.
Yeah.
But felt like 4, right?
Mm-hmm. But you know, 8 in the morning on a Sunday. I don't know. I mean, either.
Yeah, I know.
Some people are already at Starbucks. Some people are still dreaming about Starbucks. You know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, here's the chat room. Yeah, so I had a bunch of stuff I had to take care of, which actually I still got to do, but I know we're just going to be on for a few minutes.
Yeah. Fender Guru. Yeah, my son Connor is still playing rugby. He's back at school. He went back a couple of weeks ago, and yeah, he's really liking it. It's pretty rough sport, as you probably know. He was always a big football kid, you know, and he told me one time, like last season, he was like, "Dad," he said, I've been hit harder in rugby than I ever was in football. So he's liking it though. He's doing real well. Thanks for asking.
Man. Let's see. Cool. So let's see what's going on. Fender Guru is in here. Amanda Coombs. Jimmy T, Ben Coombs, just popping in and say hi. See you tonight, Johnny.
Nice.
Yeah, apparently I'm live with Ben tonight.
Oh, cool.
Supposedly. I don't know what time that would be. 8 o'clock Eastern, I guess. Larry Riker, good to see you, man. Shane Robertson, hey, what's up? Sean is in here. Early birds. Yeah. Although it's 10:46 here, which I guess is early on a Sunday. I mean, it's early enough for me to be wearing these, you know.
Yeah.
Thrash metal and fun riffs. There he is. There they are. I don't know really who that is, but yeah.
Fender Guru said he could play for the American Eagles. He played on a summer league. He had games in Boston, New York, and he actually had a couple of games in Philadelphia. And there were some really talented guys on the summer league that he played on. And one of the guys that he played against, I forget, it was one of the New York teams. Was a professional. Well, he was one of the coaches. He was a professional rugby player. He actually invited my son to be on to go over to Australia next year and play with the Australians. And I was like, he was all excited. And I'm like, relax, buddy. You're only 19. You know, you're going to school, but it's kind of he was definitely an honor. So. Oh, Michael James, I'll check that. Yeah, I don't normally check my Instagram messages that often. Sometimes I just miss them, but I'll take a peek. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm getting used to the Discord thing, Johnny. So it's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, man. I see you in there. I see that. I see that. Yeah. Yeah. Discord. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, huh?
Yeah, it's cool. It's got some neat stuff on it.
It's got a lot of cool stuff. Cool. I mean, all those different rooms in there, the different channels, the text channels. You know, those you just create. You know, I created all those. But if you have any ideas for like any new they're basically topics, right?
Yeah, right.
If you have any ideas for anything, and anybody watching this, if you have an idea for a Discord text channel, let me know. You can, if you're already in there, just tag me in something or send me a message, and I can create that for you. Some of those channels in there I created because they were suggestions from some of the members in there.
Yeah.
You know.
Where's Nightbot? Is he still sleeping?
Yeah, it's too early. Too early for Nightbot.
Yeah, I haven't seen Nightbot anywhere.
Actually, yeah, I think we should probably see Nightbot in a few. I think, as long as there's more chat, there's got to be at least 20 lines of text.
Yeah,
which there probably is by now. Oh, hey, Craig. Craig's in here.
Craig, what's happening? I didn't get those videos yet, Craig. What's up? Craig finished. He completed my guitar the other day. And the green Ernie Ball Music Man Axis, EX.
Oh, there's a tail next to you.
Yeah, that cat's sitting here, Jelly Bean. Yeah, not Johnny Bean, Jelly Bean. Yeah, and so yeah, he finished it up. So it's going to be pretty cool. He was sending pictures out on Instagram, Facebook yesterday, and really looks amazing. So I'm pretty excited to get it. Should be in about a week. We're going to try to hook up. And check it out. Yeah,
that's cool.
He says playing it now, breaking it in. Do a video, Judgment Day.
Yeah.
He did a lot to it. Not only did he, and this is where I'm going to give Craig some kudos, because he, not only is he a good friend, but he's also an amazing, at what he does with these guitars and finishing them. I've seen him do a whole bunch of them now, from Nesdal's to MULLY's to mine to it just, the list goes on. But not only did he refinish the top and the headstock, he did the back, and he worked on the binding and touched that up a little bit, and then he also put some new hardware in it, and I think he buffed the frets and dressed them and cleaned the neck. I mean, he really did a amazing job. So I'm pretty excited. Should be pretty cool. It's probably going to be better than my Amber original EVH.
Oh, man.
So
that's cool. There you go. There's Nightbot. Good morning, Nightbot.
Where is he? I don't see him.
Right there. It says subscribe to the Johnny Beane YouTube channel. Yeah. So if you're watching this video, if you're watching this and you're not subscribed and you'd like to see more of this kind of stuff or the other stuff on here, I've got so many different things on here. Click that link there, and you can subscribe.
Yep.
And you can click the bell if you like and be notified of every time, every time we go live, every time there's new content on here, updates, all that stuff. Hey, Quentin.
Quentin James, what's up? Retake the pups too. Yeah. He did a lot of work to him.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. There you go.
Michael James, the question is, do you like your USA Tour Relic better than the Ernie Ball? Oh, that's a hard question. I love that guitar, the Tour Relic. I mean, it is an amazing guitar. And it sounds good, plays good. See, guitars for me are funny, especially the signatures. I've always been a huge fan of the Ernie Ball Music Man, and I still am. And I go through phases. You know, Johnny, Dave, and I were talking about this a while ago. Jay was too. You go through phases where, like, one, you know, for a period of time, you know, the Wolfgangs feel amazing, and that's the go-to guitar. And then, you know, the Music Mans per se, or the Peavies, you know, whatever. And I go back and forth. It's like I'll go months with just playing, you know, my Tour Relic or my Stealth, and that just feels amazing. Then all of a sudden I'm playing the Peavies and like, oh, this feels great, you know. And then the Music Man. So it's hard to say my favorite. I don't know. It's a tough question. I would actually say my absolute favorite guitar that I have out of all 30 of them is this one. Is and it's always been my 5150. It's always been, this has been my go-to guitar. This is not the one that you know, this is a new 5150 for me. But it's also, it's still my go-to guitar because I love the neck, and I just love, you know, playing it. The action is perfect. And I spent a lot of time, you know, getting this one set the way I wanted it. So this is my absolute favorite guitar. But I still, it's hard to say Ernie Ball or the Wolves. I mean, I go through phases, you know. I'm sure you do too, Johnny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, for me, I mean, when I pick up a guitar, generally there's a reason I use it.
Right.
You know, there's a purpose for it. Like, let's say, like that acoustic back there. You know, that's for strumming on the couch. Basically, there it is, right?
Yeah.
Nightbot, yeah. Follow Jay Hannon, everybody, on Instagram.
By the way, Jay, really good job on those chin-ups you're doing the other day. That's sheer talent, doing one-arm chin-ups and playing guitar at the same time.
I saw that. I saw that that Thomas McLaughlin reposted that. I saw it from him. I didn't see it from Jay. I saw it from Thomas. Yeah, awesome. Very cool.
Yeah, that's awesome, Michael. You know, yeah, they're an easy guitar to get hooked on. The necks are just incredible. And you know what's funny is, this is going to sound strange. You know, the Axis EX guitars, they are legit real Music Mans. They're real Music Mans. They were just made in Japan. Whether or not they were leftover EVH bodies or not, I mean, the debate still goes on. You know, they got a thin veneer top. They're just leftover EVH bodies. It's strange. You can't really categorize it because I've seen some of them with really thin veneer tops. Then Nesla was just showing me some pictures that he has of an Axis EX with a real thick cap on. So it's hard to say. But my point is they are real Ernie Ball Music Man necks. And honestly, the green one, the Axis EX, Craig was like blown away when he first picked it up. He was like, "This I can't put it down." It actually plays and feels better than my original EVH Amber Music Man. Similar, feels similar, but something about that neck. So they're addictive, yeah.
I mean, I've only seen pictures of the Ernie Ball Axis EX. I've never actually played one, never seen one in person. But is the neck, is it the same? Is it the same material?
Yeah, I mean, everything is exactly the same on the necks. This is where the debate goes back and forth, and it's hard to say. I mean, there were some slight differences on the Axis than the EVH, some slight differences. I could never feel them really. I mean, it always felt kind of the same. The Axis felt a little thicker to me, the regular, you know, USA Axis. But the Axis EX, I mean, they're maple board. They have bird's eye on them. I mean, everything is, you know, the headstock is, you know, quilted. I mean, it just, you know, they're to my eye, everything is exactly the same. And from what I've heard, the necks are EVH necks. They're leftover EVH necks. The only difference is they don't say Axis on. They just say Ernie Ball Music Man. But Yeah, they're exactly the same. And I've owned 3 Axis EXs and I've owned 3 EVHs.
Man,
over the past, over the last 15 years or so. And now I only have 1 EVH, my Amber, and I have 1 Axis EX, and they're all so consistent. They all feel exactly the same. I don't feel any difference between the necks. So they all feel smooth, and the frets feel exactly the same. It's exactly the same. They were made exactly with the same stuff as the EVHs. I mean, they are Music Man necks. So, but I mean, when you were playing yours, Johnny, didn't you? I mean, you gigged with that guitar for, your original EVH for a long time, didn't you?
yeah, I got it in 90, the end of 92, very like December 92 is when I got it.
Yeah. And was it brand new when you bought it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally. Well, it was a gift.
Yeah,
it was a gift. It was either you can have this guitar or a car. Which do you want? And I wanted the guitar. And somebody said years ago, that look, you wouldn't have that car anymore. You know?
Right.
So
it's true. Totally true. I mean, that's so true.
Yeah. But yeah, the Music Man, that was my main guitar for a lot of years throughout most of the 90s. Well, if I got it in late 92, 93, 94, and then in 95 I got the PV amp, the Fit 150. That was 95, and then in 90. So yeah, 96. Actually, in 96, I started using a what was it? It was a Kramer Focus 1000 body that I actually got in 91 or 92. I got it. It was a brand new Kramer Focus. Got from a. You could still get like the actual Kramer guitars back then. You could still get them brand new. And they're not the same. I don't care what anybody says about the Kramers today. It's not the same guitar. They don't feel the same.
They're different.
They're not the
they're
same.
Different. I played a Kramer, one of the new Pacers in Guitar Center, and good guitar. Don't get me wrong, good guitar. I like it, but when I pick up one of my original Kramers, like whether it's my original Pacer, or even a couple of my EVH. Beretta style, they're just different, very different. They're different fields of the necks,
Yeah. Some of them may look the same, but it's not the same stuff.
Right.
But what am I saying? Anyway, so I had a Kramer Focus 1000 with like a small banana headstock, not like on that guitar. You could never get the headstock on that guitar, the one that you're holding there. The Fit 150.
They're too hard.
That's the one everybody wanted. You can get it now, but the next, it won't feel like that. It won't feel like that. But you could get like different banana headstocks back in the day. So I got a Kramer Focus 1000 that had like the smaller version of it. And then that guitar, that was one I kind of just experimented with and repainted a bunch of different times. So eventually that guitar, in 1996, 97, 96, 97, that's what I'm saying. My main guitar was that body, but it was repainted. I'd painted it a bunch of times. And by this point, it was like a green. It was like a green color. And I was using like car paint where you spray, I wasn't I wasn't doing anything like Craig can do. Craig is great. The stuff that I was doing, it was just the worst looking thing ever. Because you could see
it's kind of like me.
You could like, there's no buffing, no nothing. So if I gotta find a picture of that guitar. If you would look at it, you look at the body, and you think you're seeing like the grain of the wood.
Yeah.
Like that's some weird looking grain. It's like, no, that's all the scratch marks from me sanding the thing with sandpaper. It's the worst looking stuff.
It's like a guy on the street the other day. I was driving by. He had this old beat up Saab from like early mid '90s was black, and it was like this matte black. It looked like it was painted. It literally looked like it was painted with a paintbrush. It was so funny.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at it, I'm like, look at this car. I mean, it was cool, but you know, it was funny.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, so in 96, 97, my main guitar for rehearsals was a hey, you're welcome, David Ennis. You're welcome, man. He's got a wrench.
Oh, nice.
David Ennis, the man.
David Ennis.
Yeah, so it was a repainted Kramer Focus 1000. That was the body. The pickup at the time was the Seymour Duncan Screaming Demon.
Yep.
I remember. Yeah. Which I still have that pickup, I think. I need to throw that into something. Those are great pickups.
Yeah.
And then the neck was a Warmoth neck that I had. Yeah. Some really cool I forget what the wood was, but it had ebony fretboard.
Nice.
And so that was my main guitar. I'll have to find a picture of it. There's got to be a photo of it somewhere. But I know, long story. Hey, Jimmy Carr. Hey, man.
Jimmy Carr. Got a couple questions. I've never played a Majesty. No, I've seen them. I hear they're pretty cool. Yeah.
I played them.
I've never played one. Never played one. I've seen them, but I've never played one. Mm-hmm. Stainless steel frets. You know, I love them. I'd never really used them until the EVHs came out, you know, and then I was playing them on the Stealth, and I was like, wow, they are cool. They got a good feel to them. I for me, the way when I do tapping stuff like harmonics,
mm-hmm.
you know, I mean this, you know, this kind of stuff. I mean, I'm not plugged in, but when I do that kind of stuff, you know, for the false harmonics, they seem to ring out better for me on stainless frets, and they feel very smooth, and obviously they're pretty robust. So I like them. What kind of strings do I use? Typically Ernie Ball 9s or the EVH 9s. I like the 9s on my Floyd guitars. I always have 9s on my Floyds. That way you can do your hammer-on stuff, your tapping, or whatever you want to call it stuff. It's just easier with 9s. They bend easier. They play easier. Mm-hmm. I don't pound on the neck when I play. I'm kind of a light player the way that I play. Like on my Shark guitar, or, you know, my Gibson, or, you know, my Fender Strat, anything without a Floyd, I guess I should say, typically I'll use 10s, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, same here.
Yeah, that's how I play.
Same here. Steve Anderson.
What's up, Steve?
Steve, are you having your what's the omelet that you make? Are you having one of those? Sorry you're late. Oh, man, you're not late. We're early.
Benedict? Yeah.
Mr. BHB. Bruce is in the house. Yeah, same with me, man. 9s on anything Floyd Rose, 10s on everything else.
Yeah, that's how it works good for me.
Telecasters, anything without a Floyd. To me, a Floyd with 10s is just, it's wrong. It's wrong. It doesn't feel right at all.
Yeah.
Although I know a lot of people use them though, which is cool.
I mean, it's again, you're exactly. I mean, it's not that you can't, and it's not that you shouldn't. It's a matter of feel. Like I said, when I play like a Floyd guitar, and I'm doing, you know, not only just hammer-on stuff, but when I'm, you know, doing whatever kind of playing I do, when I do like a dive bomb, you know, when I hit a harmonic, it's just easier for me to do that pull off, to do that harmonic on a 9 than it is on a 10. It just feels a little rougher on a 10 for me. It's a little harder to do it. But you know, when I play guitars that have 10s, I'm typically not, you know, I don't have a bar, so I'm not pounding on the bar and doing all these weird harmonics. I'm just more strumming, and, you know, I mean, I may play a little faster, but it's weird. I don't know why. I mean, I've always, this just feels right to me, you know.
Oh, I still use a tremolo with, you know, with the David Ennis Strat that I have. You know? David Ennis, thank you again so much, man. That really is my favorite guitar.
Nightbot says, follow David Nesdahl on Instagram. Who the heck is David Nesdahl?
Yeah. Yeah. We finally got David Nesdahl up on Instagram. And
yeah, I know.
Just to let you know, David, we can see all the pictures that you like.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Instagram, did you guys see? There was a I want to say it was a benefit. Was it yesterday? There was a benefit, and David Lee Roth performed.
Oh, really?
Did you hear about that? Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, and he's got a new look.
I thought you were going to say David Lee Nesdahl performed.
No, here he is. This is David Lee Roth. I want to say this was yesterday, either last night or the day before. There he is.
Whoa, wow! Look
Right
at
there.
that.
Bleached hair.
Man,
Right there.
he looks like. Oh, never mind. I won't say.
Yeah. I zoomed in. If you guys, you guys probably want to see the rest of that picture, but there you go. Well, it is him. You can tell. There he is.
Yeah.
It's like you know.
And he's like, okay, now you are not coming back into my band. Yeah.
That's Roth from the '80s all over again.
Looks like Sinead O'Connor.
Anyway, was that last night? Yeah, anyway. Jimmy Carr, you want in the Discord? Okay. Okay, Jimmy, send me a message. What's the phone number? Did Nightbot put the number out yet?
Nightbot.
Oh, wait. I got. There we go. Thank you, Steve Anderson. Jimmy, send a text to that phone number, and I'll send you the link to the Discord.
But don't do what I did and just think that you're on and you're really not. You actually have to join. You can't just set up a profile. I set up a profile, and I'm like, a couple days later, this place sucks. There's like nothing happening. I'm like, why do these guys want me to join? And I was like, finally, Johnny's like, no. Like, hang on, this is what you got to do. I'm like, oh, now it's cool. You know?
Yeah. I got to send you an actual link to join. Although I'm thinking I'm gonna make it public. People tell me not to do it, but I'm thinking. You're welcome, Jimmy. I'm thinking it's gonna be public. But like I said again, if you guys have a wrench over there, keep an eye out for any kind of weirdness.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's the problem is when you make something public where anybody can join, they can, raise hell in there, and that's we don't want that. So.
Oh. Yeah. So hey, I got this thing all. Well, I mean, you guys saw this already. This is my 5150. I've had it for a few weeks, but it's all basically wired up, and I've been playing it for the last week or so. It's been kind of a fun few weeks. I mean, this guitar first, and then the Shark guitar, and this week I should be getting a little baby Frankenstrat from Hubbs. That should be coming in. He already mailed that out, shipped that out, and then hopefully next week I'll be getting my green Music Man. So it's been kind of cool. Been a lot of stuff, and I didn't just come into all this money or anything. It's just, like I said, I was, I got rid of things in order to get these ones. I mean, my old 5150 was given away, and my old Shark was given away, and that's how I acquired, these things. But anyways, this one's done, and you guys have seen it. But yeah, it's really, really, really cool. It's, obviously you guys can see I don't know if you can see the grain, but it's really prominent, and it's got the whale tail bridge, and really, really cool player. The headstock wear, and I had to move the star. I had the star in the wrong position. I had to move that. It's got this actually is a real double tab on the end. That's a real double tab. And one thing I did the other day, I realized I had to add a third spring. Eddie's has a third spring, and I only had two, so I threw a third spring in there. And yeah, it's cool. Really great guitar, and like I said, it plays just phenomenal. It's It just has that real nice feel to it. It's got a really nice feel to it. Oh, Dave wants to pop in. Send him the link. Dave was going to pop in for a minute.
Dave who? Lee Roth?
This new guy named David Nesdahl. I don't know who this guy is.
Oh, okay. All right.
I only have a few more minutes, but yeah, we should let Dave come in for a minute.
Let me see. There he is.
So yeah, so that's pretty cool. So this this is a cool. This is probably, like I said, this is probably my favorite guitar. And you know what's funny? My last 5150, I never, after all these years of making these things and doing them for, you know, and painting them and all that stuff, I never knew what the actual serial number on the back was. And I was talking to Dave and Chris, and they were like, "Yeah, it's Kramer B4129." So, you know,
it looks like me.
Yeah. Mr. Nesdahl, what's happening?
Hi, how are you?
Hey, is it morning there?
It's afternoon.
Huh?
It's afternoon, and Michael Smith is coming over for dinner.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I'd invite you guys over, but, you know, you're both very far away.
Nice. Yeah. That sounds fun. What's the Steinberger case behind you hold? Oh, that one. That's it doesn't hold anything. That's the little closet where I keep all my guitar cases and the cat box and all the stuff. That's my case for my...
You keep the cat box with your guitar cases?
You rock the cat box?
Yeah, that's the only place that I can put it. But
no, the Johnny, what's it called? Johnny Cat? Johnny Step?
Johnny Cat.
Johnny Cat?
Yeah. So that's what holds my Steinberger guitar. That's what holds the GL2T Transstrum.
Mm-hmm. So do your cases smell like
no, not really, because because honestly I'm really on top of that. So I probably clean that thing 3 times a day. And Jelly Bean doesn't really, you know, she's in there, but I mean,
she likes to go on the floor anyway. It's all good.
Yeah, I keep it really clean, and I have candles and stuff in here, so I'm very, you know, that was kind of the only place I could put it, like where she could actually go in and have like a walk-off, step-off pad, you know. So I know I'll probably move it eventually, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. So is this 5150 day? Is that what today is? What were you talking about when I joined?
I just picked up a guitar, and we were just talking about actually Kramer's and some Wolfgangs and stuff, and somebody asked me what my favorite guitar was, and I just said, happens to be this one. It's like my favorite. It's always been the 5150, but this is, you know, really my favorite now. Probably Dave's as well, you know, and Johnny's. I mean, this is a guitar that I grew up with, you know. There it is. There it is.
Huh? There it is. Oh, that?
Right here.
There it is. Whoop, there it is.
Rob, did I wake you up last night with that text?
No, I was sound asleep like a baby. I kind of passed out early last night. I thought I might have to work this morning, but didn't have to. So I kind of passed out, and I got it this morning. Which Floyds were you actually talking about?
I put the whale tail on this guitar.
Oh, okay, cool.
Chris
Nice.
Hubbard made me.
That's right. That was the you had that on your other 5150.
Yeah, and I put the original 84 Floyd back on that other guitar.
Sweet. How's that one play now with the
it's better. You know, the reason why I did it is because before, when I had the 84 Floyd on this guitar, I couldn't get the action low enough.
Mm-hmm.
And have the bridge sit on the body. The action, you know, the bridge was sitting on the body, and the action was still too high.
Right.
And whale-tailed bridges are thinner than the 1984. Just the piece of metal, it's as strong but a thinner piece of steel.
Right.
So I was able to get this bridge closer to the body, or directly on the body, and have the action where I like the action on the guitar. Nice.
That's what I like about this.
It plays much better now than it did.
Yeah, this guitar rings. I mean, and my last 5150 did too. When I put the whale tail on that one, and then I don't have that one anymore, and I put it on this one, it just rings loud with this big, huge honking piece of metal. Yeah. And Dave brings up a good point that actually, we probably haven't really spent much time talking about. If you look at a regular Floyd Rose original, even an old 80s one, you know.
The Z plate is thick.
Right. The Z plate's thick, but they also have these plates underneath them because they got the, you know, and if you take the whale tail doesn't have anything. It doesn't have any finger claws. It doesn't have anything. It's just a piece of metal. So that allows you, a lot of times the people say, you know, well, why does your bridge sit back like that? It's actually not that big of a deal if it does kind of angle back.
Yeah, mine does too, a tiny bit, but that's because the very front of the bridge on these old bridges are not beveled like the newer ones. Right. So when you depress the bar, you got to have a tiny bit of room between the body and the bridge, or else it's gonna crack your wood.
Right. So
it's even like that on Ed's guitar. It's the tiniest bit of a ramp, like Johnny, like on yours. You always were like wondering why yours looks like it's taking off. It's supposed to just a little bit. Yeah. Just a little bit.
Well, I mean, just the slightest.
Yeah, very slight.
Like a hair. Like
I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be able to translate on here. If you're going to be able to see it.
Trans-trim.
Can you see that at all?
Yeah, it sits back a little.
It's the tiniest bit.
Yeah,
and
but that tiny little bit, and that's what allows you to get that nice low action.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. Now, Dave, are you running 3 springs in the back of yours or just 2? Yeah. The only reason I had just 2, the only reason I threw 3 in there is because I noticed Ed's has 3 in there. But other than that, what I did was it was merely just cosmetic. Like I said, that's why I threw 3 in there, just because his was. But then what I did is I backed off the claw a little bit, so it wasn't so hard. You know, now it's still just, you can hear it. You know.
Yeah, I had 3 on here as well before yesterday, and I had the claw backed out. But there's plenty of room. I kind of like the way it feels with 2 springs.
Yeah.
And no one's going to see this but me. I don't really care. You know, it's this guitar it's the modern day, but it also has the 1990 fret, the fretboard gunk. So it's like a little bit of a it's kind of both. It's not exactly the way the guitar is today. It's kind of like a little bit of the way it was.
Would you say that it's the best of both woods?
Yes.
Now, Dave, that doesn't look as dirty as your other one, though.
Well, because the other one is just because I played it for many years.
Yeah, but that's probably dirtier than Ed's, but I don't think it's really. It's not noticeably like, wow, that neck's disgusting. But it's definitely.
I don't think it translates on the computer. But if you look at it, it's pretty gunky.
Yeah. Well, I played that guitar last time I was down there, and Nick does an awesome job on those necks. He really, really does. I was actually thinking of having him do that to my 1984 guitar, the neck on that one at some point, because that just looks really cool. But,
yeah, I'm sure he'd be happy to do it.
Yeah, he was. Him and I chatted on the phone for a little while the other day. He called me to find out how I liked my new Shark. And I said, I love it. And he was just like, oh, man. He's like, I'm honored that you have one of my guitars. I'm like, well, I'm honored to have one of your guitars. So, it was really cool. It's a great guitar. It's funny. I messed up the, I didn't tell you this, but the other day I had to bring it to my tech yesterday to have him fix what I messed up. I play guitars and I can do minor setups, but I totally suck at wiring. So I don't use tone knobs. So I said on my Shark, I'm like, well, why don't I just do this? Why don't I just take out, because I wanted to be able to do the stutter effect with a toggle switch, because there's a box switch. So I said, why don't I just take out the tone knob, put an extra volume knob, and then they both just have volume knobs, and I'll swap it so the one closest to the bridge is the bridge, and the one furthest away is the neck, which is backwards, but because I don't use the neck pickup on that guitar very often, but I wanted to use it since it's a Pariah. So I said, oh, this shouldn't be hard enough. I had a 500K volume pot, so looked at everything the way it was supposed to be and thought I had it right. and the guitar was playing good. And by the time I got the tone knob unhooked and put the volume knob in, wired it incorrectly, neither pickup worked. And I had this massively loud hum. So all I could hear was, ooh. And when I would play a chord, all I heard was like this faint sound coming out of the amp. And I'm like, oh, come on. So I sat there and messed around with it. I was on call yesterday for the police department. I didn't have to go in, thank goodness. But so I didn't have to work, but I was on call if something happened. And my guitar guy's pretty close by. So after messing around with the thing for like literally 2 hours, finally I'm like, Sean, can you help me? So I go down there and he's like, oh yeah, you don't have the ground going here, and this is wired wrong, and this is supposed to be here. And so he fixed it. And he's like, hey, this isn't your other Shark. I'm like, no, it's not. This is a different one. He goes, wow. He goes, the neck on this thing is 10 times better than your last one. So anyways, it all turned out cool. So now it's got 2 volumes on it. So they both have a separate volume, which is kind of cool. Yeah.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Hey, Rob, do you get excited? Like, do you have a radio? Like for what you do you have a radio that you have to listen to?
Yeah, I do. It's a Motorola radio that we carry, and like when I'm on call, I just have to keep it on because if somebody calls me, you know.
So if you hear somebody mention a 5150 on there, do you get like really excited?
Or a 918V?
You know, I don't think that translates on the East Coast. I don't think it's the same. I mean, I think that's just the California code.
Yeah, that's a West Coast California code thing, I believe.
No,
yeah.
I think it's everything because I remember seeing an episode of Seinfeld. Do you remember the episode of Seinfeld where Jerry's is it his uncle kept stealing stuff from he kept stealing? Do you remember that episode? He was in the bookstore and he was stealing books.
I used to watch that show, but I don't remember that episode.
Yeah. Anyway, so Jerry was saying to the security guard at the bookstore, "Hey, can you just kind of scare my uncle? Because just scare him straight from not stealing." and the guy, he's like talking to the other security guards, and he's like, "We have a 5150," and that show takes place in New York.
Yeah.
He's like, "There's a 5150," and Jerry's like, "What's a 5150?" You know.
I mean, it could be. I mean, I'm sure there's other precincts and departments and states that use it. But I've never seen it in Massachusetts. I can say that. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Well, we can ask Broken Chains.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, everybody kind of knows. I mean, if you ask, most law enforcement people today what 5150 is, they'll know what it is only because Van Halen's popularized that name, and everybody says, it's based off of a crazy person, whatever. I mean, so maybe that's where some of it comes from. I don't know. Now, 918V is. Yeah.
I'll ask. That 918V doesn't sound. I mean, it just sounds like it's a police, like it's a California.
Yeah.
Penal code thing.
But doesn't that mean the same thing, but a violent or something? A violent. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Violent mental person.
Let's ask Siri. Here.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Well, let me wake Siri up. Oh, by the way, you guys don't have to subscribe to Nightbot. Nightbot doesn't have any content. Here, let me wake up Siri here. Hey, Siri.
What? Yeah.
The other Siri just woke up over there. Wait a minute. Hey, Siri. What is a 5150?
IBM PC is the original version and progenitor of the IBM PC compatible hardware platform.
Holy crap.
Wow. All right, let me ask my Siri what a 5150 is. Hold on a second.
It did say 5150 in there. I saw it. It's
what's
number
5150?
Okay, check it out.
She says 5150, the Van Halen album. That's what she said.
Oh, do you get?
Siri,
do you
what
have
is a 5150?
Do you have that record in there?
Yeah, I do. IBM thing, the same thing you said. All right, hold on. Let's see what she said about this. Siri, what's 918V?
Okay, I found this on the web for what's 918V.
No. Siri must be on vacation or something today. So.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know.
I don't know if it is just out here. I think Blank Palette 2 says 5150 is universal, I believe, for the USA.
Yeah, maybe that's the case. I maybe so. For some reason, I'm remembering that it was a California penal code, but maybe I'm wrong.
Well, I mean, again, you know, Edward, that's what he named his studio back in, 1983, 84.
Yeah.
So maybe it started out here.
Could have, yeah.
They just, it's, or if you guys want to find out, if one of you guys run outside naked down the street, get arrested and see what they call you. And
yeah, they'll put you right in 3 West at the hospital.
With
3 West at the hospital.
Oh, that's funny. That's
yeah.
funny. Oh, but actually, by the way, I did have a chance, Johnny, to mess around a little bit more with that 5150 chorus. I thought I had it tweaked to the sound that I liked, but I realized that there was a couple more little adjustments I made to get the sound that I really liked. So I got to run pretty good now.
You're not plugged into it right now, are you?
I'm not. No, I'm not. I mean, even if I was, it would sound like, garbled through the YouTube thing. I got to get a mixer so I can play, through the computer. I see these guys like, Steve Boston and all these other guys doing this stuff, and it's really cool the sound that they get,
Mm-hmm.
Craig just texted me. He said 5150 is the California police code for someone who's insane. Yeah, we got that, but we're trying to decide if it's a universal code or if it's California.
Right. I mean, I definitely know it's used out here because I hear it.
Yeah.
I've heard cops say, the words 5150.
Yeah.
But generally that you hear it if you're like in like a bad part of you're in a bad part of town is usually where you hear it the most.
Right,
like over on like Haight Street in San Francisco or Telegraph Avenue in Berkeley.
Let's see if he knows. I'm just texting him back. I don't know. I always thought it was just California, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But where'd Dave go?
Mm-hmm. No, I don't know.
Oh, there he is. He's hugging his 5150. Wait, hold on. I'll do it too. Johnny. Here we go.
That should be your thumbnail, man.
Yeah. Craig says just California. So we're getting California. We're getting Universal. I don't know. So we're back where we started. Everybody seems to think they know, but Craig, I believe you. That's kind of what I thought because I always thought it was just California too.
Yeah. Yeah. But again, why would they use that on Seinfeld? I mean, it takes place in New York, but the show was filmed out here. So, yeah.
Yeah, hard to say. I mean, I think, like I said, I think everybody knows now what 5150 is,
Well, Van Halen fans, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think everybody would know. I don't think everybody would know what that is.
I have 5150 space tape in my car. People ask me all the time, what's that mean? What's 5150 mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But also 5150 is pretty big in the hip hop community too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A lot of rappers use the term 5150. Actually, George Lopez he's involved in a clothing line called 5150.
Really?
But it's spelled out. 5150.
Yeah,
it's actually spelled out. It's not just the numbers.
Yeah. Yeah, that was I think the only 2 codes that he used were 5150 and 918V as far as like police codes, on his guitars and studio or whatever. I don't think he used any other ones, did he? I mean, 1984 was the year 1984. So, Yeah, I don't think so. And it's kind of funny because when you think about it, you know, Eddie. I was just talking to a guy about this the other day. You know, he's like, why did Eddie Van Halen, you know, name his guitar 5150? Why did he name, you know, why is 5150? What about it, you know, being insane, you know, was the thing with Van Halen? And I thought about it for a second. I'm like, well, I mean, Eddie has that real crazy, insane kind of playing. You know, he plays guitar like no one ever did. I mean, people didn't play that way back in those days. Still to this day, actually. You know, all the harmonics and the squeals and the craziness. So it's kind of a crazy, insane way of playing guitar, which sounds really cool. And when you look at his guitar amps, you know, 5150s, the gain on them is insane. So it's you know what I mean? It's kind of a cool fit, I think.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Out of control, you know, definitely. For sure.
Man, I was going to say something else, but I totally just spaced out on it.
I hate that when that happens.
I forget. Although I know you're pressed for time, so whenever.
Oh yeah, actually, I'm like a half hour late. That's all right. I'll give it 2 more minutes, 3 more minutes, and then we'll go. Hate to just eat and run.
Do you guys have? Well, I'm sure you guys have Uber and Lyft and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But do you guys have like the bikes, like the Lime bike, and the you know what that is?
Yeah, we do out in Boston, and you get closer to the city. Where I live in kind of the country, we don't have any of that. But I mean, we're you know. Within 45 minutes to an hour away from that stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You could say, hey, just get a Lime.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
or, hey, get a life. You know?
Yeah. We have those out here, like laying around everywhere. Lime bikes, and
cool.
they're out in Los Angeles now, and in Hollywood. There's like scooters. Little scooters, you know, like the what do you call them? You know, like a skateboard with a handle.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, is or whatever. And they're called birds, is what they are.
Mm-hmm.
So if you in Hollywood, if you hear people talking about birds, they're talking about these scooters that you can ride around. You use an app on your. Basically, these bikes and these scooters, they're locked. You can't just ride them. You have to unlock them with an app. You have to pay.
New York City has them all over the place.
They have those.
They're blue. They're blue bicycles.
Mm-hmm.
And they're
blue?
all over. Yeah, you can rent them. Now, I guess I don't know how they do it actually. I guess somehow rent them.
You download an app and then you pay, and it unlocks it.
Yeah. And
you ride it to wherever you're going, and then you just leave it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next person can grab it. And yeah, there was one of those down the street. Yeah, there was one of those down the street here, and I'm thinking next time I see one, I'm gonna download the app and ride it around.
You know what you don't see very much? Well, maybe it's just me, but I haven't seen them in a while.
Unicorns
all the time. Dinosaurs. Yeah. Those
Did you
segways.
rent unicorn? Huh?
Remember those segways? Those you know, you'd stand on them and they kind of balance and they you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? we used to see those a lot, and you don't see them as much anymore. Maybe it's just me, but
I think Paul Blart getting thrown off of one is what.
Yeah, they deemed him unsafe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I saw some people. You can take tours, like sightseeing tours of like San Francisco, and I think there were some people on some of those one time. I think I've never ridden one, but
yeah, I haven't either. I think they look kind of cool. I always wondered how they balance the way they do. You know,
mm-hmm.
2 wheels, and it's kind of neat, interesting.
I don't know. Oh wait, Amanda is chiming in with the 5150 here.
Yeah.
Largely because of the population of many American production of many American movies and television programs. Oh yeah, most of that stuff is filmed out here. So Out here, the writers, they write 5150 into the script, but not realizing that the show takes place somewhere else. And
and didn't a lot of Seinfeld actually take place in LA, like in Studio City? I mean, they did some on location stuff here in Manhattan, but I think it was done in Studio City.
it was all here, yeah.
Yeah, so that's why the use of 5150 out there, for that episode, probably.
It's a good point.
Probably. Although I liked seeing some of the Seinfelds where like Kramer was like, I forget what episode, where he's like running, and you could tell it wasn't really him. It was a double.
Yeah. Kramer, I used to love. He was so funny. There's a picture floating around somewhere on the internet.
Speaking of Kramers.
Of Kramer.
On a Kramer guitar?
Holding a Kramer guitar, yeah.
There's also a picture of Kramer painted on a Kramer guitar.
That's kind of cool. That's cool.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I think Dennis Klein did that paint job.
Really? That's funny. That's cool. That is cool.
Maybe. David Ennis, did I get my... Yeah, I got the iPhone going, but currently it's not a phone. Not yet.
It's a phone. It's not a phone. It's a phone.
Yeah. But
It's
thank you again, David Ennis, though, man. That's incredible. Huh?
It's
I like when Kramer hit Bette Midler with a softball. Yeah, I remember that.
Man, that show was crazy, man.
Yeah, it was. Well, I have to zip. I got to run. I have to go pick up my kid. So it was nice hanging out with you guys for a little bit on a Sunday afternoon.
Afternoon? It's still morning here.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Dave. Okay.
Almost 3 o'clock here.
Oh my God. I haven't even had breakfast. I haven't had anything.
I got to put up the sauce. Did you guys see my my pot of tomato sauce?
Yes.
On Facebook?
Yes. Looked awesome. Tasty.
I made that yesterday, so I got to put it up to warm today. To warm it up, and we'll be eating in about 3 hours.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right. Rob has to run. See you, Rob.
We will see you guys really soon. See you guys soon. See everybody. Have a happy weekend. And Yep. So enjoy.
Yep.
All right.
Bye,
see you
guys.
Dave. I mean, see you, Rob.
Bye, guys.
Oh, he texted me at 8 in the morning, my time.
Yeah. He
8 o'clock. I get a text. Hey, you want to do a short, quick hangout? 8 in the, I wasn't even awake. So it took 2 hours. Like finally I'm like, okay, I'm ready. And he's like, I only have half an hour. But he said that like an hour ago.
That's crazy. Yeah, he called me at like 11 o'clock this morning, my time. I was just waking up, and I didn't answer the phone. Like, no, can't do it.
Man.
Yeah, I got some cleaning to do. I got to clean up this place. Michael Smith is coming over, and Dennis is coming over. So we're gonna have some people here, and I need to get the house ready and start cooking.
Awesome.
What are you up to today?
Awesome. Oh, I haven't done anything yet. I mean, I'm not even wearing pants, and I'm not joking. I'm not even kidding.
So don't get up.
Robocop. I got to get something to eat. I got to run to the store and get cat food.
All right.
I got to do that. What else? Something else?
We have anything planned for this week?
Just normal thing. So far, just normal stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right then.
Tomorrow, and then yeah.
Well, then we'll plan on having a good show on Tuesday.
Awesome. No pants? Yep. No, I'm wearing pants. I'm just kidding. I got no socks on.
Nice.
Cool. All right. Well, good to see you, man.
Yeah, same here. Thanks for inviting me on.
Yeah. Yep. Yes. Tell Michael Smith hello.
Mm-hmm.
And have a great time.
Mm-hmm. Blank Palette, yeah. Blank Palette 2 says, did you see that they sell the clips and eye hooks on the Van Halen store? They're actually out of stock at the moment. And why do I know that?
Because Steve Anderson bought them all?
Yeah, about that. They're all on the southern tip of Vancouver Island.
Uh-huh. All of them. Do you guys want me to stand up?
No.
You guys want to see my feet? Gosh. Okay. All right. Cool. All right, everybody. Rock on. Thank you, everybody, for watching. R2R3, Thrash Metal, EJ's Guitars, Dutch E 5150, BB Ninja. Everybody. Huh? No what? Boxers or briefs? Both.
At the same time.
Mm-hmm. Which do you wear over which, though? That's the question. All right. See you later, man. Okay. Have a good day, everybody.
Take care, everybody.
See you guys later. And yeah, apparently I'm live with Ben later. I just got the memo.
Oh, cool. You'll have a good time with them.
Rock on. And yeah. All right. Don't hang up. All right. See you guys a little later, I guess 8:00 Eastern. See you over on Ben's channel. Yeah, that's right, R2R3. There you go. All right. Rock on. JohnnyBeane.live. See ya.
Beh.